Hey ladies and gents, welcome guys. It's that time again, new week, another London session awaits us guys. Hope we're all doing well, and without further ado, let's get this show on the road. As always guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Hope we're all doing well guys. Obviously gonna be a big week yet again on the charts. Been a pretty quiet month for me. Obviously I did miss a fair bit of it, but anyway, we are here today to see what we can come up with, so that's what we will be doing guys. In the meantime though, you guys need to do me a favor. Don't forget, please hit that like button on YouTube and TikTok. You guys make sure to smash that little screen for me, and we will get underway with proceedings guys. And as always, I'll have a look at gold, which is the only asset that I trade at the moment, spot gold. I'll have a look at any other pair as per request. Do feel free to send in your questions or just say g'day in the chat. I do appreciate it guys. So yeah, let's do that. And in the meantime, let's check out the news to see what we have here today. That's from last Thursday. It just proves how long it's been since I've been on the charts. Have not looked at the charts since this time last Thursday basically. All right, looking at what we have ahead of us today. So high impact news for the Aussie dollar to come, interestingly enough, 15 minutes into the London session, perhaps because of the time difference. Now we have obviously the UK, those of you over in the UK and Europe, your clocks have changed, moved forward. Our clocks moved backwards. Our clocks moved forward a couple of weeks back here in Melbourne anyway. So yeah, so that's 15 minutes into session open. Moving forward into NY, nothing scheduled, obviously the government lockdown, so still not much going on. But once again, this gentleman up here can obviously have a major impact on the markets, so just be wary of any tweets or anything to come out of his from his way. Anyway guys, let's get started and let's have a look as per usual at the gold. We're starting on that weekly time frame team. And what we can see is we did close back a bearish candle finally after I think it was 9 consecutive bullish candles. We have finally closed back a bearish candle. Does this mean all of a sudden we're in a big strong downtrend? Does this mean we've flipped anything in regards to bias? Maybe in regards to the trading bias. In regards to the longer term picture, in my personal opinion, gold is still extremely bullish. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mark in the current daily candles open. We've not yet created the upper wick on the daily. Previous weekly did close back a strong bearish candle. If we did begin to break the low of that candle, then I do believe that could lead to a deeper pullback onto the daily time frame. And what we can see is the daily, well, just consolidating, kind of looking like we're pretty much what the 15 minutes looking like at the minute. Wicks in all sorts of directions here at the minute. No strong body candles whatsoever, so it's a little bit indecisive. After tapping into that 4K level, just below that level, we have obviously triggered in some buyers at that point, trying to keep the price above that level, which lines up with some previous resistance here to the left. Look at that for my team for the delayed interruption entry on a daily time frame. I've mentioned multiple times to my guys, it works so well in the higher time frame. You'd be safely in profit. You would have probably got your 1-to-1 by now, to be honest, on that particular candle or the falling candle. Nonetheless, you still would be in some decent profit either way. So daily, we've respected a low of the previous daily. We're going to mark that level in as well. And we're going to see what we do in fact have below that. If there is any sort of clean traffic on the minor time frame, to perhaps look for some sort of sell below that point. Onto the 4 hour, it's going to be a bit tricky because the 4 hour suggests we are at support, and pretty strong support. Once again, lines up with some resistance further here to the left hand side. Structurally, the way I see it guys, and this is going to turn some heads, but I still see it as technically bullish. Reason being, I see this as the highest point of the impulse to the upside. I see these as pauses. We don't have any 2 or more consecutive candles pulling back in the opposite direction to the trend, which was bullish. That point is back below this, as I've mentioned all throughout last week, 39.45 roughly. So as long as we remain above it, technically speaking, I believe we are still bullish on this time frame. What we are doing though is we'll create a low, lower high, or equal high, or lower high first of all, an equal low, equal high, equal low. So we're kind of just consolidating again above this 4K level. If we do begin to break above, I'm just going to start to mark in, well, that level to begin with on the 4 hour. Obviously above that 41.6139, we're far off it though. But if we begin to break above that point there, I do believe there's a good chance at some point we will pop back up to soon retest the all-time high, if that was to be the case. As far as support, we're going to focus on the most recent levels for the time being. So we'll mark that level in, and that lines up with the daily low, and we'll see what we got now on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so on to the 15, and what I can see based off the 15, just having a look back at it just to make sure I'm not missing anything, seeing I haven't been on charts for a few days. All right, so what I can see is the 15-minute time frame. Again, these are just little pauses. We've had one candle pauses, so for me the highest point is that point there at 41.40 roughly. So similar to the 4 hour, this is going to turn some heads as well, but I still believe the 15-minute structure is also bullish. So off the back of that, we've got a bit of a neutral bias, guys. The higher time frame suggesting trading wise, short-term trading wise, not long-term, again, this is not long-term perspective. Short-term trading wise, the higher time frames, the way I analyze, suggest we are more bearish, whereas the long term, the short term suggests we are more bullish. So I'm gonna mark in this level here is the most recent resistance on the M15, and what we're going to do is we're going to leave that level into the downside. So tricky one, interesting one, guys. We are leaving this area consolidation at the minute. We could have a potential sell option in a few minutes, guys. If we begin to clear this consolidation, is pretty much what I'm waiting for, just the clearance of the consolidation to choose what likely, what I believe is the more probable direction for the short term. So if we do close below, wait for an upper wick, and we could have a potential sell back down to the daily low. I am aware we don't have an upper wick on the daily candle, but what we have done is form some resistance at a previous level of resistance. We are breaking below support. So if we were to continue to respect levels formed previously on the move to the downside in the current daily candle, I do believe there's a high probability we will in fact come back down to the low. So let's have a look at it, guys. We could have some potential sell shortly. We could also have some potential buys if it does begin to pop above, guys. Now, the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the fact we have not yet retested the Asian high or low. And that often does eventuate around this time of day. So we've got just over a minute left, guys. Let's just see what would stop loss be based off this particular candle. So it's 80 plus pips. So, all right, first things first, I don't want this to leave a long low wick. I want it to close strong, closer to its low. Then what I want to see is the new candle pop up, create an upper wick. As it begins to break the low of our catalyst candle, we could have a potential entry, and the stop loss would have to be above the entry candle's high. Again, looking for a scalp. It's the only way to really adjust to what is at the moment some really big stop losses based off the volume on gold of late. But again, we need a definitive clearance of the current consolidation. If it closes like so, forget about it. Now, so let's just wait that just under 30 seconds to see. Quickly though, further options, again, based off the fact that we're still bullish on the 15 and 4 hour. If we were to pop back down to this support, respect it yet again, I would also be looking for my price action catalyst once again from the 4 hour support level. All right, so we're not going to close strong enough, guys. So not interested in selling it at the minute. Now, further options, guys. So once again, kind of hovering around a previous resistance here to the left. If we begin to pop above it, seeing we have triggered in some sellers at the current level, seeing we are technically bullish on the 15-minute time frame, we trigger in some, if we trap those sellers, close above, tap back in to 4,083, 84 sort of region. I do believe there's a high probability we could in fact come back up towards 4,093, so about 100 pips in that. It's just a matter of whether or not it would give us the margin if it begins to push to the upside. I do believe it's primed to make a decent move, because what I can see is we are consolidating quite heavily at the minute. That's likely at the minute. This consolidation is likely being a build up of liquidity for us to make either a move to the downside or a move up. But again, I don't predict that. I react to what presents in front of me, and that's what we'll be doing yet again today. Other options, guys, one more option I would like to mention would be if price does pop back up towards that 4,093, 95 region, it does begin to reject. At that point there, again, I could look for a price action catalyst. We do have some previous support, which lines up with current resistance just below the daily open. So if we do respect that level, I would also look for a potential sell. Anything above it, there's a good chance we're heading up to create the upper wick on the daily / weekly. That is gold, guys. Make of that what you will. Please, I do ask you though, if you could, don't forget to hit that like button. Good to see the numbers on YouTube are up and about early. TikTok being restricted on TikTok today, so there's not as many as what will normally be on the stream at the minute. But if you guys could please make sure, don't forget to hit that screen for me. Let's get the masses onto the stream. In the meantime, guys, let's quickly have a look at GJ. I'll just use the chart I've sent into my members group. We'll do the top down, but I'll just hide the drawings for the time being. Start the weekly time frame, and what we can see is we've already got a higher low, higher high. So no upper wick, opposite to gold. Sorry, no lower wick. Gold has no upper wick. GJ has shot straight up at the open. Do we need to create a lower wick? It's probable that we will, but we don't necessarily need to. Once again, similar to gold in the opposite direction, as long as any pullback within the current daily / weekly is met by support, at perhaps at previous levels of support form the way up, buyers step back in and respect that level, hold that level, then there's a good chance we're going to continue up, potentially break the current daily / weekly high without needing to necessarily create the low wick. So I'll hide those drawings again. Strong bullish in the weekly. Daily, again, candle probabilities are to the upside. Looks like we could potentially come back up to that 204.60, 204.80 to 205 sort of region. Let's just mark in the open as well. All right, so I've got those levels already marked in, as you can see. Now onto the 4-hour time frame, and what I can tell you is the structure itself appears to be bullish. Yep, technically bullish. And counter probabilities are to the upside, so bit of a trickle, slow trickle to the upside though, suggesting we don't quite yet have the volume. Maybe it will pick up closer to the open or around London open into the open. But once again, we do have structure being bullish. Let's just pull up the drawings now and move out, make our way down to the 30. Still preference the 30 when it comes to currency pairs, but you could look to trade it based off the 15. All right, so that's the open. That's the current daily counter high. So what I'd be looking at is, now, first of all, the buy options. If price was to pop back down to the most recent support form within the current daily candle, we're at 203.60 sort of level, form support yet again. And once again, we are in an uptrend here. Also on the 30-minute time frame, there'd be a high probability that we could in fact head back up towards the daily candles high. Further options will be above the daily candles high. Do have some pretty clean traffic to the left-hand side of that. Now, as far as sells, if we were to begin to pop back down to the support form, most recent support form at 203.60, drew in some buyers, trap those buyers by closing below, obviously, that support. At that point, there is a very high probability we're going to in fact come back down to create that lower wick on the weekly / daily time frame. But the bias will still technically be bullish, so therefore buys from the 4-hour support would also be valid, guys. So buys from about that 203.20. That is my personal opinion of both gold and GJ. Once again, make of that what you will, guys. And let's have a good one as we wait to see what the gold does. Had a nice strong 5-minute closure. It's not my preferable time frame, so we'll see where this 15 closes. We'll see within it what's gone on the 5-minute as we are approaching the close of the M15. Meantime, YouTube, how are we? Hope you guys doing well. I had the numbers on there and they all of a sudden dropped. God knows. Lau, good morning to you, brother. Tony, hope you're well. Kaitain? Assuming that's Kyle, mate. What are you doing? Throwing me off, my friend. Hope all is well with you, though. Zach, good afternoon to you, mate. Paul. YouTube done an update or something. Everything seems to have changed a bit. Sebastian, hope you're well. You? I think that's Bartman. Again, something's changed with the YouTube chat. I'm not too sure why it's doing that, but yeah, that must be Bartman. Welcome, mate. Franco, morning to you. Very delicious. Again, these names have all changed. So apologies, guys. Don't have any idea why. Train goal. Yep, we'll see what happens today. Andy Kane. So it's got all your handles for instead of your profile names. It's strange. Morning to you. Kyle, not sure why my name is. Yeah, nor have I, to be honest. Zach, YouTube updated the chat. Yeah, looks like they definitely have. TikTok. Welcome to you guys. Again, I'm being restricted for whatever reason. So guys, if you could continue to smash that screen for me, that'd be much appreciated. Welcome to all the viewers on TikTok. Let me have a look through the chat. Kayan, all good, mate. Hope you're well. DMNWW21 says everyone bye. No name. Hope you're well, mate. Yep. Let's have a good one. Grant, do you only trade gold and GJ? Personally, it's only gold, actually. I don't even trade GJ anymore. Hey brother, what exchange do I use? I'll type in the chat. No affiliation though. It's under ASIC regulations. I cannot be affiliated to a broker. I mean, you can, but there's ways around it. But Michael, g'day to you, mate. How's the corner? Hope you're well. Welcome. All right. So let's see. I mean, we've got just over 6.5 minutes until this 15 closes. If this 5-minute closes bullish like so, and the next one is followed by a bearish engulfing candle, as long as we have the margin, what it's going to look like is the 15 will end up closing away from this consolidation quite significantly, and we may have an opportunity off that. Just need to clear this area consolidation at the minute, perhaps to have a more, in my opinion, more definitive direction. Again, doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but to me it'd be a higher probability that we would in fact come back down to retest the 4-hour support if in fact we do have that strong confirmation. Just a quick update, guys, just to keep you guys in the loop. Be a little bit, won't be as consistent with the streams for a little while, guys. I've got a lot going on personally, a lot going on in the background, so I can't exactly commit to a schedule. We'll do my best to be on as often as I possibly can. Likely tomorrow I'd be a real struggle for me tomorrow. I will try. Wednesday I will be on. Pretty much most Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are pretty much guaranteed. Tuesdays and Fridays are gonna be a bit tricky, to be honest, but I'll do my best. I'll keep you guys in the loop. Make sure to be a member of the free Discord. And that's probably where you'll get the updates. Otherwise, follow me on IG. We'll also update there. All right, so closed back bearish. Let's see if this 5-minute closes weak bullish. We'll love to see some more minor support on the 5-minute here. Tony Gold, thank you, mate. Appreciate you too. Appreciate the support. Do appreciate all the support, guys. Gold doing its thing at the minute. To be honest, it's been a tough little time, but keep on keeping on. For sure, things get better. So trading, definitely still passionate about the trading. I just want to have the time to actually want to be in the charts and focus on the charts as well. It's a little bit tricky when you got so much going on, but hopefully that will sort itself out pretty quick. We'll see. Tony, yep. Free Discord link. There you go, mate. That was the, yeah, that was the friend. I hope I just invite everyone to the private group. All right, so it appears that we are leaving that consolidation. We'll see. I'm not likely going to get the 5-minute support that I want to see, but we're maybe still. You know, I don't want to leave. I don't want us to see. I don't want to see us leave these long lower wicks, guys. To be honest, I want an actual strong confirmation. I really want a strong closure here. What it would definitely have to come down to is the upper wick formation of the following candle, right, to any potential entry. Where's the lowest point? 40.71.2, so 40.70, 40.69.90 roughly could be a potential entry point. Based off the fact that we do have some clean traffic to the left hand side, guys, and there is a high probability now that we're clearing the consolidation that we could in fact come back down, retest the daily counters low. So we'll see. We've got just under 2 minutes remaining. Tony's still not opening up. Okay, yeah. Should be in the description below as well, mate. Hopefully that will work. 100 Sleepy, what would I say is a good percentage of profit in a month? A profit in any profit. Just to be, because then you're ahead of 90+% of traders. That's fact. So you're consistent in your approach and everything you do and following your rules, then, and you know, again, based off data, that you do have a pretty solid game plan, then off the back of that you should be profitable. Some months are really strong, some months not on the charts much. I've been really fortunate, and I think it's because of discipline that I've not had a losing month for a long time. I've had a losing week. That's, I mean, last week was a losing week. I only took one trade. It was a loss. It was a 1.25% loss on that last week. All right, so let's just focus on gold here. We are looking like we may be closing close to our low. So once again, we need a decent upper wick, and that will have to be stop loss because the current candle stop is going to be way too wide for me to worry about a trade. You won't really have a one-to-one if that's the case. So let's keep an eye on it. We want a decent upper wick. Now let's have a look at the 5. Where could it pull back to? Let's target the the low of this bullish candle. In fact, that is a 5-minute interruption play. Could there be a little cheeky early entry at that point there? I'll let you guys know if I am interested. Either way, I want an upper wick. If we do pull back up into that the low of that bullish candle, I may market execute a sell. I'm watching in my broker's chart. So I'm looking at potential entry around that point there. So that on my broker's chart is 40.7403. Now we do have a decent upper wick, so continuation sells would be valid. And what would the stop loss be off the back of that? All right, so continuation sells at 40, 63, 90 are also valid. So let's just put that up. Stop loss would have to be just back above the current candle's high. 40, 69, 90. Stop 40, give it a little 33 pips. I'm going to give it if it does begin to break low. So 40, 73, 20. I'm going to actually have it set at. But not in just yet, guys. Well, let's see. Short sell, Michael. Yeah, shorts are looking okay in my opinion. 100 sleepy, what would I say is general? Again, it depends, mate. It all varies. I mean, I can't even tell off the top of my head. Anywhere between 5 and 10% is probably pretty good. Just depends. It really depends. Thank you for sharing the live. I'm not even going to attempt to read your profile name. It's just going to come out completely wrong. Investing, is that a sell along? Pretty obvious. 100 sleepy, TP would be the low of, well, the 4-hour support, so around that 40, 60, 40, 61. Investing 40, 69 and 90. Not in, and I'm still contemplating. I still will, in fact, if we begin to pop up and tap into the low of that bearish candle, which is the low of the 5-minute interruption candle, I will execute a entry at that point there. The issue with that one, stop loss again, you have to be back above the pause candle high, so that's about 50 pips roughly, not too bad. Order. What I say was the level 40.74.03. I want to get to break even pretty quickly on this one. All right, that one's in. All right, so limit order's been triggered. Oh, dropped to about 15, 16 pips pretty quickly. A lot of volatility at the moment. All right, keeping an eye on it. We've got in and out of decent profit, to be honest. But we'll see. Bit jumpy at the minute. 5-minute candles, which is closed, obviously. All right, so that, wow, that one's got 23 pips on the table. I'm gonna roll with that one, guys. I'm gonna remove the buy stop and I'm just gonna get to break even. Sorry, the sell stop, and I'm getting to break even. And I'm gonna secure some partials at 20. Ooh, there we go. Secured some partials think I was around 30 plus. Yeah, I think I got slipped on securing the partials, and that's a quick and easy job done. So I'm at break even, guys. Whoops, well done to anyone who took the limit order. Why can I not remove that? Just remove that for a sec. And job done. With very small drawdown, which is even better. Easy does it. Stop was back above that bullish candle. And we are safely in profits, guys. We've got 36 pips on the table. Well done to anyone who took that trade with us. And that's gold at the minute, moving with a lot of volume. Now, if anyone's kept the second position in, what did I say that was? I've removed it now, but you'd be in now. And you'd be well in profit on that one too. Nice work, guys. Happy days. Franco, thank you. Wow, look at that. Look at that go. Anyone took the continuation trade, gets break even. Consider securing. I have rolling at the minute. Wow. Oof. 50 odd pips of profit. I'm pretty happy with that. Good way to start the new week. Investing, if you didn't catch it, you're a bit too slow, my friend. There's not much I can do about it. It's too late. Gave options for the continuation sell, and I gave the option for the limit order sell, which was the one I ended up executing on. And that is dropping like it's absolutely hot at the moment. We are absolutely flying in profits, guys. So might secure a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to secure a little bit more at 60. And I'm going to let the rest run. So safely at break even, I've secured 75% of the position. And cracking trade. Let me know, guys, who took it. Why is it doing that all the time? It's frustrating. Anyway. Again, just following rules, sticking to a plan. Trade journal, here it is. Wow. Oof. This thing is absolutely melting. Love it. You got it. Nice one. Well, happy for you, mate. You're in some decent profits, so don't be greedy. Michael, nice work, guys. Good work, guys. The day TikTok freaking streaks me. We get an absolute cracker first up very early into the stream. All good though. Tony, cheers, man. Candy Cane, apologies, because I have no idea if you were of another name until YouTube has updated everything. But thank you. Bartman, cheers. Seaver Williams took the sell stop. Okay, nice one. So you also would have taken some decent profits from it. Oh, it took both. Nice one. Zach, good work, mate. So that continuation position probably out now at break even. So I've secured the majority of the trade, guys, leaving a small runner to see if it hits TP. Nice. Nicely done. That would put us back right under 80, about 79.5%. I think that would be roughly. So we got still a fair bit of time, 35 minutes until session open here. We'll update the stream record in the meantime. All right, let me quickly check. $128 wins, 33 losses is the stream record. 79 point, right on. I was right on. 79.5% is the stream record. Not bad. I think the consistency has been phenomenal. If, to be honest, now I'm a humble guy. I'm not, you know, I don't have tickets on myself, but to do this in front of you guys on the daily and a cop a lot of shit, very patient trader, very disciplined trader, to do this and have a continued record around that 79 to 81, so obviously around that 80%, let's just round up, is I think it's a really good thing, to be honest. So stop W, nice one. That's you, Steve. Again, the names have changed, so apologies if I aren't, you know, maybe if you guys think I'm ignoring you or calling you wrong, I have no idea why your names are all changed, but anyway. Steve, brilliant, great trader, was just popping on to say hi, going away with family. Nice one, mate. We'll drop you a message later in Discord. You're a top trader, but more importantly, a top player. Thank you, mate. Appreciate the kind words, and likewise to you, mate. I hope all is well with the family and the young man in his venture become a professional footballer. Good luck, my friend. Hope all is well. Who is LSA18? That's your handle. Not bad. That's unreal. Thank you, mate. Sebastian took sell stop. It's a little too late. Fair enough. Tony Gold, consistent effective. Thank you, mate. Steve, my name has changed. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened, to be honest. I don't really like the update, and we are still absolutely pumping here, guys. Gold is dropping. We all have multiple YouTube personalities, so it's what it seems like a moment with the new names. Ash just missed this trade. All good, mate. Just don't force anything. We are absolutely rocking it. So 80 pip profit on the runner. DS the Vet, g'day to you, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, weekend, very busy one, to be honest, but all good. Ash, not sure, mate, not sure. Michael's still in. Yeah, so am I, on a small position, 25% running. There we go. Once again, this is the one entry that you guys would have learned and first heard about on this particular stream only. I am sure of it. The interruption candle entry. And look at it work absolutely to the T here on the 5 minute, I was gonna say 5 hour, 5 minute time frame. It's just a good way to get involved, guys. When things start to push and you think you may have missed the move, don't stress it, don't get FOMO. Have a plan, and if you are familiar with this particular entry and you understand it, you know what the rules are for it, give it a chance. Simply wait. If it presents, you might, you know, you still might have a chance to get involved. So nice work. So based off the 5 minute interruption, based off the fact that 15 had finally closed significantly and strongly enough below the consolidation, and based off the new candle creating its upper wick, just gets us involved at a slight discount, or you can say discount or premium. It's a better price is what I'm getting at, with a better stop loss. Marker 3 red minute candle is a good signal. Minute candle for 1 minute. The 1 minute itself looks pretty good as far as structure wise. That actually looks really good. Five minute. Yeah, the 5 minute also looking good. All right, let's quickly have a look through the rounds while we safely in profit, safely at break even, secured a majority on that gold trade. Let's move on to GJ, just quickly see what's going on here. So we've tapped into that support and we are so far respecting it. Now at 15, you've got pretty strong indication of potential reversal. There is no lower wick on the current candle, which for me is a preference prior to an entry, having a wick in the opposite direction to the actual trade itself. Now we go down to the 5. Yeah, you want to see a little bit of resistance forming, in my opinion, prior to looking for any sort of buy, whether it be on a 5-minute, even a 15-minute pause candle, and then a closure back above that. But that would mean you need to wait at least another 30 or potentially just under 30 minutes. It's still got 13 and a bit minutes of this candle left. So what I mean by that is, if this candle, for instance, closed back like so, I wouldn't be buy stopping the high of that bearish candle. I'd be looking for another strong bullish closure, preferably above it. That could be a potential option on the GJ. Let's have a look at EA. Wow, big gap at market open by the looks of things. So the euro appears to be a bit of weakness in the euro comparative to the Aussie dollar. Don't want to spend too much time on this pair. Quickly take a look at it. Bit of room to downsides by the looks of things. Yeah, I think this would be a pretty simple one as far as the plan. Not saying it's simple to trade, but as far as the plan, yeah, definitely. I'd be looking for continuation sells below the current daily low. I'd be looking for sells upon the pullback, and so long as price respects that resistance, then I'd be looking for sells. If it pops above it, then we'll likely fill in the gap at session open, at the weekly open. Buys above that point do make perfect sense in my opinion. You want to see a nice strong closure above, retest. Prior to it coming from these lows, you want to trigger in some sellers, grab those sellers. So something like this, close back bearish, similar to what we had here. Grab the sellers, close above, and there's a good chance for filling that gap to the upside. Otherwise, in the current daily candle will form support, obviously at the daily low, making a bit of a pullback just now. If we did pop back down, grab the buys in this case, there's a good chance we're heading back down further to the 4-hour support. So that is a pretty quick and simple plan for EA. GU, that was from last Thursday. Let's quickly have a look and do some analysis on GU. Starting that weekly time frame, previous candle closed back strong bearish, very strong level of support though at 132.50 to 133 flat. Psychological round number lines up with some support and previous resistance. So it looks like we potential level, I feel if we keep above that 133 flat, 132.50, there's a good chance at some point we will continue on with what has been a pretty strong uptrend on the higher time frame. Daily's a little bit tricky. Candle, the previous candle did close bearish, but did have a high and obviously lower low at again strong level of support. Current candle is open with a gap to the upside, inside bar candle. Not a great deal we can make out of that. 4 hour, I see it's structurally bullish. This is the last significant high low, the highest point the market got to. Anything in between at the minute, we're technically bullish in structure the way I see it. Be marking this level in as the most recent resistance. Be marking that as the most recent support, and that's the current pretty messy 4-hour range down to the 30-minute time frame. Let's just mark in, adjust this slightly to downside. We'll keep that level in. 30-minute, in my opinion, is bearish. So off the back of that, we do have the daily, the weekly, and the M30s bearish. The bias is technically bearish. Very tricky at the minute though where it's at. It's pretty much at some support. So for me, I mean, we'll fill that gap at the open. I'd rather wait for it to pull back up yet again to 133.30. out for some sort of price action catalyst from that point there. Take a sell. Sells below the low look okay. You do have a little bit more support to the left. But once again, if we were now to continue bullish from the current level, not much need for us to pop back down to retest the support at the daily low. We did once again trigger in some buyers, trap those buyers, close below, retest, and I feel there could be a good chance at that point to continue bearish. So that is GU. EU, again, that was from last week. Similar to GU, EU looks very difficult as well, to be honest. Yeah, let's not bother with EU for now. All right, back to you guys in the chat. So we're still running here on gold. Still got a small runner in. Still well in profit. Andrew, on TikTok, do you use indicators? No. See, oh, where's it gone? Did I remove the Asian range? I did. Always happens. Put it back up. The only one I use really is, but it doesn't give me a particular entry. It gives me the high and low for the Asian session. Basically, that's pretty much the only thing I use. I have to readjust it, excuse the language. Ah man, this is such a pain to working out. That's, yeah, that's the open. EU open was now 30 minutes ago. Yeah, my time. Let me just adjust this, guys. Set to 1. What a pain. Try 3. Yeah, that's it. All right. Mudsy, please explain why you bought 40. So please, I didn't buy, mate. I sold. Sold it. It was a limit order sell. Based off the interruption play. This is something I speak about pretty much daily on this stream. Something again you guys have only made familiar from this particular stream. So tapped into what I call the interruption here on a 5-minute. So it was the upper wick of the new M15. Tapping into that level. At that point, I sold, limit order sell, and safely at break even, secured 75%, and got the runner still well in play. Some 38 pips in profit at the moment on the runner. So yep, sold, mate. All you need, we just test 61 and Fibbo. We go up now. No idea, mate. You know, I do not use the Fib to for basically for entry points. I use the Fib very differently to what everyone else does. You know, the way I do it's a bit different. I use it to gauge strength of a candle against the previous candle, or strength of the current candle where I feel it's a strong enough or weak enough candle to justify any impulse entry, or if I need to wait for a closure, so on and so forth. But again, it's something you just need to watch the streams, join on the regular, and you'll see, because I will eventually use it again. I use it quite regularly. BDG, I'm in a sell. This is a sell, guys. This is a sell, not a buy. Hold it before it happened. Live. Wow. Come on. Come on, baby. Is it safe to re-enter? No, that's FOMO. Gave options, 2 potential entry options, both you would have profited on both. The one I took, you obviously in more significant profits. The second entry, if you went to break even, you would have secured, first of all, you would have secured some profit. You would have had a fair chunk of profit on the table. You would have had about some 40 plus pips, roughly around 40 pips. And since would have popped up to take you out break even. But I took the limit order entry earlier. So still running a small position. But no, I would not re-enter. Tony Webb, g'day to you, mate. I hope you are well. Guys, apologies to my team. I did not sent you guys a link. Probably won't bother, to be honest. But today, I don't know how much longer I'll be on. But nonetheless, mate, great to have you, Mr. Anthony Webb, in the chat. I look forward to catching up with you on a members call. And to my team, again, I'm not sure if I will be on stream tomorrow, but there is a good chance I will be on a members only call at some point. So just better keep that in mind. It's my team. Let's see, gold. So we're what, some 18 minutes roughly until session open? No problem, mate. All good, Ant. No worries. We are still well and truly in some decent profits here on gold. Let's have a look on the 5 minute once again, see what's going on here. Structurally, it does look pretty good. So the end target for me is 135 pips roughly. 134. Let's see if it gets there. All right, Bitcoin. So the everything bubble appears to be still intact at the minute, with the cryptos also continuing, well, bouncing yet again. I've mentioned all along, this 105 to 100 flat is a really strong level that needs to remain above. It's obviously at a pretty strong level right now, but I think closures above 116, I do believe the all-time high will eventually be retested. NAS absolutely pumped towards the end of last week, and it too is continuing bullish. Most of it is off the back of, again, the Magnificent Seven, I think they call it, top 7 stocks, but nonetheless it does continue very bullish. So what I would suggest is just trade what you see. I am of the belief that it will come crashing down, but just because I believe that doesn't mean I'll be trying to sell it and pick the top. I would still be trading what I see, and at this rate it is very, very bullish. German 40, I'm assuming that's also had a bit of an uptick. It has. FTSE, yeah, wow, that is absolutely flying as well. For those interested, silver, happy to see it drop a bit. I did accumulate a little bit more over the weekend. Again, I have conviction. For me, this is healthy. This is fantastic. If it drops lower, even better. Not bothered at all. Just looking forward to picking up some more if it does drop to discounted rates. In my opinion, that would be a great thing to do. All right, so the 15 is open. It's got no upper wick, so there's a good chance, guys, that it could obviously create that upper wick. We'll see if it does spare our runner in the meantime. But again, I'm gonna keep this little 25% off the position intact. I'll just let it do its thing and target the full target. Not usually one that holds on to runners well. I've done a pretty good job of it today, securing at some decent, really good profits actually on 2 occasions so far. And I'm really adamant to keep the little runner running, see if we can do its thing. Stuff. Oh, Kami. I say yes, but no. Trade the same session every day. Pretty much every day at the moment. Once again, I'm a little bit under the pump with many personal things going on. I'm not as, you know, routine about it for a little while. But yes, for the most part, I do have other interests though. And I do believe that helps with trading because it takes the stress out of needing to find a trade. What I do is I am very strict, very disciplined. I allow the charts to come to me. I do not chase a trade. I do not go hunting. I react to what I see in accordance to my plan if it does present. So that's what works for me. My TP is currently set at 4,665. $4,060 and 65. That's where I've actually got the TP set. Should I be slightly adjusting that though? No, it seems pretty accurate in 15. So I felt Kami. In a sell, mate. Sell. Limit or sell. Yeah, I've secured 75% in profits. I've got a small runner, 25% running. And it was a really good trade. How much drawdown was there, Max? I didn't really pay attention on the terminal, but I don't think it was much at all. Yeah, it was literally like 3 or 4 pip drawdown. I think about 4 pip drawdown, and it's straight into profits. Franco, 5 to 6 pips. Yeah, it wasn't much at all. Did you take the trade yourself, mate? Yeah, apologies to my team. It's totally forgot to send the link and probably not much point now. You did? Nice one, mate. Good work. All good, bud. All good. We'll probably catch you guys tomorrow at some point, my team, on a call. Boss Pops, can you explain trade? We had a lot of support left 1 hour. 1 hour 4. I wasn't worried about the 1 hour 4 because 15 was clean. 15 was extremely clean. We move up. We start to pull away from that consolidation. It was strong enough closure below the consolidation, but for me, I wanted to get in at a better price. So I thought the best option for me would be upon the upper wick, and that would be his price tapped in. I need to find a level, and it had to be a technical level based off one of my entry types, and it was the interruption candle entry based off the 5 minute, which is not something I've used much, but when we have the volume step in, I did mention that there's a good chance that once we move, it could just rip. Luckily enough, it didn't complete the move within the candle itself that cleared the consolidation. So I chose to set limit order back at low of that pause interruption candle, that bullish candle there. Stop loss back above its high as per the rules of the interruption entry. And yeah, rest was history. To me, wasn't worried about the hourly. Still not tapped into it technically anyway. Yeah, and you got to focus more on the entry time frame as well. 4 hour, it's just a whole wiki area. I mean, the 4 hour we have still, again, a bit of margin to actually tap back into the most recent spot. I know we have recently tapped into it and rejected it, but to me it's still the exact same level. And for those who ask me why I have my zones like so, I haven't asked on the regular that question. Just look at it. How often does price tap into this level and reject? And once we, I mean, this is one massive level to me, but just for aesthetics and for the stream, just focus on the most recent level. But the amount of times price respects these levels, so why I don't just have a horizontal? Because if I was to just have a horizontal, and let's just say I was looking for a closure below in the minor time frame, I would have been faked out multiple times here. Price respected that level. So that's why I focus more on the zone itself and how price reacts to it. Come on, you good thing. Let's see if we get a little bit of a push, bit of a upper wick at the open, and if price completes the move back down to the full TP, that would be absolutely fantastic. Makes sense. Nice one. I know who that is, by the way, but it's just your handles changed. Obviously, with the update on YouTube, it's thrown me off as well, guys. Quafella, yes. Already safely in profits, already secured the majority of the position on a limit order sell here on gold. Wow, the runner is starting to make moves again. So we're up 73 pips at, yep, 73, roughly 72 pips at the moment on the runner. Siva, GJ reversing. Let me have a look at GJ. All right, GJ could be a really nice entry for London Open. So it did close back bearish. What I'd be waiting for is, as I mentioned just previously, candle closing like so. Going to close in the end the 30-minute back bullish at support. That to me will be a cracking entry. That'd be an entry I'd take every day of the week when it comes to if it was on gold. Thing is, it's still got 6.5 minutes left, so I could make the move, but I would not be chasing it though. I'd just be waiting for that confirmation. I don't know why I'm being restricted on TikTok all of a sudden. Not often we have more viewers on YouTube, or it's never we have more viewers on YouTube than TikTok. It's frustrating. He matters you 1T. Do more of this, man. I agree with the support key level, so thank you, mate. Yeah, JJ looking really good. By the way, my members, I've updated all your payments and I reschedule it all as I mentioned I would. So you may have got an email, I'm not too sure. Ash? I doubt it. No, probably not, to be honest. I just want to see what happens at the open if we can get to full TP. Let's go, broken low. Here we go, guys. Can it even make the move prior to the open here? I'm normally, to be honest, normally I would have just closed it being 80 plus pips up, but being 80 pips up, I'm really testing myself out, trying to keep the runner. That's what I will do. I'll just let it do its thing, because it'll be a great benefit, that's for sure, if it does actually complete the move. Have a quick look again, GJ. All right. The only thing is, don't want it to complete the move. Don't want it to push too far at the minute. We want it to settle down where it's at. And 5 minutes looking also pretty good. Oh, come on, goal. Oof. Wow, goal's trying. Dropped another 10 pips in a second. 90 pips on the table, guys. 4 to 90. Wow. Very tempting to close it around the 100 mark. What do we do? Keep it open and we close it? Who's still got a position? Anyone still running a position here on the gold? Michael, you still in? 3 by 5 minute red candles. You still holding a position, mate? You aiming for the support, or? Yeah, the 5 minute looks fantastic. Structure in the 5 minute looks really good. You're still holding? Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it too. That's off. Oh, Kami, W call out. Thank you, mate. Two minutes until London doors are open. Let's see. A little bit of an upper wick, and would love to see the volume tap into the support here and complete the move. G, had my TP at 40.63. Oh, would have got very close to tapping in, did it not? No. Oh, small runner, nice one. G, yeah, read that, sorry. Siva closed all positions, keep it 25. True test? Yeah, it is. It's a real true test. But well done. Either way, Sebastian out near break even, set a little too early. Never mind, mate. Always more opportunities. Close 90% when it hit 40.65. Carl, nice work, mate. All right, we've got just under a minute till session open. Sebastian, but started as said in stop. Oh, okay, yep. Yeah, so you probably didn't have as much, obviously, as much profit. Tony, I am. She cracks God's night. Irene. Let's see, guys. We have now 30 seconds remaining. Michael Hughes, I'm sure it is, to be honest. I mean, the 5 minute structure does look pretty good, but this one's flipping back bullish. All right, let's see what happens at the open here. All right, so a bit of a rejection, pretty strong rejection to close the pre-London candle. We've got session open here, guys. No upper wick. Would have preferred if it quickly popped up and then started to melt. We've really saw upper wick and then break its own low, and there's a good chance it could continue to the downside. Otherwise, breaks the low, there's still a good chance, and probabilities will be bearish at that point. Either way, it's a good test of discipline for sure. Sebastian, GJ. Yeah, nice closure here on GJ. Perfect. GJ looks good, guys. I think it's broken by the looks of it, so fantastic. If it now breaks its own high yet again, I'm assuming it's popped straight up. Now pop down, creates lower wick. That could be a potential entry. as it breaks zone high again. I don't trade it, I'm not trading it, but to me that looks like a solid entry. The limit order would be working a treat as well. You'd be, wow, you bet. Hold on, what is going on here? Well, saying things, but anyway, you'd be safely in profit off the back of that. You'd be in profit off the back of it breaking its own high again as well. Nice one. GJ looking really good. Let's see, gold, will it complete the move? All you need, big drop, yep. Taking complete advantage of it. Cheese Mobile, good day to you. Looking for buys. Yeah, look, the buys from support would also make sense, but I would need to see some sort of confirmation. So catalyst, first of all, that being support formed. I want to see what type of support forms. If we have our sort of signals, I mean, one similar to this would be fantastic. Very similar to GJ at the minute, which looks pretty good to make the move. Let's go gold. Need to just break the low of the previous, and then we should be okay. Good chance it will be okay at that point. Well, it's pushing towards the low. Dangerously close. Here we go. Has it broken it? Not quite. Come on. Maybe it won't break below. Again, it's got an upper wick, so as long as it respects low, it's a good chance for flip, so it could just rocket up again, but we'll see. All you need, wait first 15 minutes before to do is, mate, I've been in a trade for some 30 minutes or so now. Again, secured majority of the position in healthy profits, and I've got a small runner, so I'm not needing to wait for 15-minute mark. Zach, GJ, looks like it is, oh, it's pulling back, okay. Tricky one then, to be honest. So what you probably need to see now, I mean, if GJ closes below, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, then there's a good chance we're heading back down to create a lower wick. Tough one. I personally don't trade it. To me, it looked pretty good. You would have had the limit order, you would have had, oh, about 7+ pips, roughly 7 pips on the table. Continuation, not much by the looks of it. The tricky one. So it depends. If it respects this 203 650, then the entry point would, once this is confirmed resistance, will be back above 203 80 roughly. Sells below 203 60 on a closure below that point there. This thing will happen quickly. I've got a bit to do. Come on, go. Oof. So close. All right, broken low. Come on. Gee, here we go. Yeah. I'm gonna close this so I can go make some dinner, to be honest. I really want to try to hold on for the full TP. Either way, it's a cracking trade. Really nice trade. Great start to the week. Come on. Oh. $30 gold, definitely a good way to start the week. Michael, yeah, same man. I'm in Melbourne. I want to go and make dinner, to be honest, man. Haven't had dinner yet. I'm getting pretty hungry. It's just after 7, so still gotta cook it too. It's gonna take a while. How's the weather been? Shit house, hasn't it? Freezing. Yesterday was an absolute stinker here. It was not in a good way. It was raining cats and dogs all day long. I don't know what's gonna happen just yet, guys. All right, I'm gonna get going, guys. I really want to go get things done. But really good session. Obviously, still going to try to hold on to the target. Should be safely at break even. But yeah, well done to anyone who took the trade with us. My team, thank you for your support as always. YouTube, thank you guys as well. TikTok, obviously. My team, I will update this into the journal. Add this to the journals. Actually, I might quickly do it. If not, I'll do it later. But anyway, guys, take care. We'll see about tomorrow again. I'm not too sure. I'll play it by ear at the moment, but otherwise, Wednesday it should be all good. So if not, I'll catch you on Wednesday. But guys, do trade safe. Do take care. Again, don't get FOMO. It's the first day of the week. Well done. Again, to those who took the traders. And otherwise, take care, guys. Have a good one. Trade safe, and I'll catch you guys again shortly. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye, team.